Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Found a gorgeous little river here, some cool rock formations, obviously carved out from probably a millennia of water rushing over these rocks. They're all smooth and kind of carved neat. So I figured I would pull over and just shoot a quick video here. So today's topic is going to be time travel if you are in a rut. So I'll tell you what I mean by that in a minute. I was going to say listen to the peace and quiet, but you're probably listening to a little bit of road noise. There's a two-lane highway just off the river, but it is peaceful. Sitting down here by the water. It's gorgeous. And of course my fisherman habit is looking in the water to see if I can spot any fish. Not so much, little tiny things along the edges, but not really noticing much else happening. So I'm trying to slow down. The interesting part is that there is practically no internet as I'm driving around up here. So for somebody like me who's always on Facebook and YouTube and constantly checking in on everybody, it's bizarre having hours and hours worth of time where there's no internet. Can't do that. So fortunately I brought a couple of paper books, and that's what I've been doing to occupy my time. So if you're in a rut, time travel. Or time travel if you're in a rut. So what do I mean by that? No, I basically mean that you know if you're in a rut. You know if you're kind of just stuck doing the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe a little bit of Groundhog's Day, where every day seems the same. You're just kind of stuck. So time travel, what am I talking about? Essentially visualization. One of the commenters on YouTube used the term daydreaming, which is a much more uplifting sounding word than visualization, because visualization has a self-help feel to it, doesn't it? Oh, visualize yourself. You know, I'm healthy, I'm fit, I'm strong. You know, all that stuff. I'm wealthy, I'm rich. You know, as if magically money's going to fall from the sky. So visualizing, if that seems a little bit too self-help-like for you, start thinking about it as daydreaming or time traveling. So the concept here is imagine yourself 2 years into the future living the life you want, living the life you dream. And then start to notice what are some of the mindsets, the thought patterns, the behaviors that are prevalent when you're living the life that you want 2 years from now. What are your fear levels? What are your focus levels? Do you really even give this TMS stuff a second thought? Or is it, a distant memory? And once you've got a pretty good idea of what it looks like when you time travel into the future, start to bring some of those mindsets, beliefs, thought patterns, and behaviors back to the present day, and then start to implement them today. And what you're going to notice is, as you time travel and start to see what everything looks like, a couple of years down the line when everything's going great, you've kind of rebuilt your life, you're no longer racked with chronic pain or symptoms. Some of your mental health challenges have kind of faded away as well. You're treating yourself well, you're caring about yourself, maybe even getting to the point of self-love and compassion, cutting yourself some slack. But if you're in a rut, time travel. Daydream about that future self. And then kind of pick it apart a little bit and say, well, what does that future self believe? What's the mindset? What are my thought patterns and my behaviors that help me manifest this future self? And again, bring those concepts, those ideas, the behaviors, the thoughts, the vision of what that looks like, bring that back and start implementing some of those things today. Call it daydreaming, call it visualization, call it mental rehearsal, call it just seeing a vision of your future that's brighter than your current now. Right? Because if all you're doing is saying, my entire future is going to be just like it is today, and you're stuck in that rut over and over again, it's like your back tires are stuck in sand, and the more you hit the gas, the more it spins and the deeper into the rut you go. So envision yourself time traveling into the future, and by going through this thought exercise, envision yourself kind of throwing yourself a toe strap to your current self and using these beliefs, mindsets, thoughts, behaviors to kind of tow yourself out of this rut, out of this sand where your tires are just spinning, into this future where the roads are pretty nicely paved and everything is going smooth, swimmingly. So that's what I really wanted to talk to you about today, is this concept of time traveling to get yourself out of a rut. And if you can really kind of see yourself in the future, living the life you want, observing the mindset, the belief systems, the self-compassion, the self-care, the thought patterns, the behaviors, the actions you take, the friendships you've developed, and all that stuff, then start bringing those thoughts, actions, behaviors, beliefs, mindsets back to now and start implementing them today. You're now taking forward movement. You're pulling yourself out of those ruts and moving forward towards that life that you can only dream about, that you always hoped for. So you can absolutely do that. So I'm going to encourage you to dig in and try this. Play with it. Daydream a little bit. Have some fun with it. Imagine like you're a kid, right? Because at the end of the day, we got one life to live. You may as well make it what you want. Make it something you can be proud of. Tell your grandchildren about when you're 85 years old or 90. You know, how you had a really tough first part of your life, and this was an opportunity where you kind of really just reframed what it means to be you and started to believe in yourself, started to believe in what's possible, and really made an absolute U-turn, got out of the ruts and started to think, act, behave, and move forward like the person you want to be. And don't assume it's going to take 2 years. You can probably make faster progress. But at the end of the day, this is how you get moving. Get out of the rut. So, the sun's beating down on my large forehead. And so, take a nice view of the river here in Vermont. Going to the Sharon Trading Post to meet my son. He already made his first leg of the journey. 33 miles, 5,500 feet of elevation changes. That means in the up and down hills, he had to climb 5,500 feet of elevation, which is huge. I mean, he did have downhills too, but he still had to pedal 5,500 feet of elevation. And he's now doing his second leg, and he'll probably meet me at that trading post in about an hour and a half or so. So I had some time. Figured I would talk to you again. Hope everybody's doing great. I hope you're all enjoying the view. And basically somebody said, you know, Dan, you can take a break. We'd forgive you. What's interesting is I'm well over 1,240 days in a row without missing a day. And I absolutely know that nobody in the community is going to really get terribly upset with me if I miss a day or a week or any of that. But it's interesting. I'm on a streak, literally 1,240 some odd days in a row without missing a video. And it's almost a matter of pride. Like, I don't want to miss a date, you know? I don't want to drop it. I don't want to break the streak. And so I feel the love, and I know all of you guys and gals would really forgive me if I took some time for myself. But this is kind of who I am. This is what I do. I mean, I've been doing it for 3.5 years now, every single day. And it's part of my day. It's part of me. So I appreciate you all. I love you all. I know you can do this. Start to daydream a little bit. Time travel. You know, a couple months, a couple years into the future, and start to see the life you want. Break it apart. Mindset, beliefs, thought patterns, actions. Start bringing those things back to present day and start doing that today, and you may find that your life changes a lot quicker than you think. So I'm going to get out of the sun here, but it is gorgeous, I will tell you that much. So I hope everybody's doing well, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.